Today, guys, we're gonna check out the best way to flip 1,000 to 10,000 by Gary Vee. Says these are trash talk clips. I guess we're about to find out if there's any actual business advice in here or if it's just a bunch of bullshit. Let's get it.
Which is the one asset and a little bit of money. The number one thing is flipping. You can't do much with $1,000. So for me, the one place to take $1,000 and make it 10,000 is garage sales and flea markets and thrift stores and dollar stores, buying and selling, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. It's all just work. Download the Amazon and eBay apps, scan shit for an hour or two, and people are just not putting in the work.
Okay, I have a little comment on that. One, it depends on where you're selling it, because places like eBay, and I'm sure other places that you would sell stuff like that too, but specifically eBay, if you're gonna sell on an online market, you have to make sure that each and every single item that you're buying has enough resale value that will overpower the amount of taxes and fees that you're going to incur by doing that. Because, for instance, on eBay, they're going to take like 18% when you're selling it. Well, I don't know the exact figures, but somewhere between like 8 to 18%. And then there are also going to be shipping fees that you have to account for. So like he's right about getting things from garage sales probably, because then you can just buy in cash and you're not getting taxed there too. But if you try and buy stuff to resell it online, you're going to be dealing with a lot, like that same fees and taxes when you purchase something plus when you sell it. So if you try to buy stuff off eBay to flip it back again to eBay or another platform like that, way easier to do if you're doing it with cash transactions than if you're doing it through their payment platforms, because there's just a lot of fees to that.
I think garage sales is a good idea, but everything else I think is not too great, because the market we live in, everything is so cheap now. I doubt there's going to be many opportunity where you're going to buy something from, let's say, TJ Maxx and sell it.
Yeah,
I think his ideas was to go into these stores or go online and just try to sell them before buying them, though, which could work. He's saying basically put it up as an offer. Yeah, put it up as an offer. Find the pictures online and then put it on Marketplace before you even purchase it, or put it on eBay, all this, and then wait till you get a sale to purchase it, and then just have it sent directly to their house, kind of like drop shipping. Which maybe it's a good idea. I haven't heard of anybody getting rich doing it, or even flipping 1,000 to 10,000 doing that.
Well,
but I have heard of people doing it with garage sales in getting furniture and painting it up, making it look nice, and then reselling it for higher.
Yep, I was going to say that too, because I've gone into TJ Maxx's, specifically TJ Maxx's and Marshalls and other stores like that. If you have a way that you can convert the product into something new with a little bit more value to it, for instance, if you painted and you knew how to paint on shoes, you could walk into a TJ Maxx or Marshalls, buy 10 pairs of shoes, paint on them, and flip them for 8 to 10x the value. So that's a way you could turn that into actual profit. But outside of that, just like reselling one-to-one, it's a lot of work to make a little bit of money, in my opinion. But I guess it depends on, if you have like a super highly specialized field, like let's say, for instance, like digital synthesizers, and you knew a lot about music and you were able to grab them from garage sales or grab them off eBay or grab like broken ones off of OfferUp or different platforms like that and be able to fix them up and make them like new again, that's a way to make a lot of money. I've seen people make a lot of money that way. But yeah, I think you'd really have to be able to either convert it or turn it into something new, like painting on it or reupholstering the fabric or like touching up the wood or something like that. If you did something like that, it could make good money. But other than that, it's a lot of work for a little bit of profit, in my opinion.
Yeah, overall, dollar stores and TJ Maxx is probably not worth it.
Yeah.
Probably a waste of time.
As a new flipper, what product do you think I should?
Everything. At night, you should be laying in bed at night searching like hats. But how do you think I figured out mug life?
Oh, all right.
I was like, I see a lot of mugs at garage sales. Do mugs sell for anything? Search on eBay mugs, completed items, sold, sort by fucking price. Holy shit, there's $88 mugs, there's $63 mugs, there's $96 mugs. Then go buy a bunch of mugs for a quarter, come home, look them up, educate. The key to...
Okay, I'm just going to pause this for 1 second, because he starts this off by saying anything, but then goes into a very specific thing like mugs. And while I agree you can do anything, I think you do want to pick like one thing, because then you can learn a lot about that one thing in order to make a decent profit. If you're trying to learn everything about 50 different items, you're going to have a really hard time figuring out what's valuable and what's not valuable. But if you like pick one, get really good at it, and then pick a different one maybe if you end up running out of that type of product, But definitely don't just go try and flip everything all at once. Just pick like 1 or 2 things max or something that's very similar to it, and then try and flip that and learn what's actually valuable in that type of product.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, sales run the world.
From 10 to midnight during the week that you fucking then leverage on Saturday when you kill it with your fucking knowledge.
That's friggin' tactical. Like, that's super tactical, but I don't know where even to go. Like, where do I start?
I'm just going to say one other thing about this too is this is becoming more and more difficult because of how many people are actually already doing this. And I don't mean like that it just gets harder and harder to find actual super valuable pieces because it's easier and easier nowadays to find out what's valuable. So anybody else that's selling things, it takes like 1 or 2 Google searches or 1 or 2 eBay searches or 1 or 2 searches on any platform to figure out whether your item's got any value to it or not. So you find a lot of people that have actual valuable items that they're trying to sell, they already know what the worth is, probably 60 to 80% of the time. So it gets harder and harder to find like super valuable rare pieces that people don't know about already.
Search eBay app. Search literally fucking. I'm gonna show you.
I'm so freaking new.
Ready?
I think she was off her up.
Ready?
I'm so dumb.
eBay, right?
Okay, go.
Okay, now you're going to garage sales. You're like, oh shit, I see a lot of salt and pepper shakers, right? Salt and pepper shakers. You're like, I see a lot of them. Then you go to filter, sold and completed items, sort, highest price, and then you're
See,
like,
this is literally how
shit.
easy it is to find.
$441,
Expensive stuff,
$600, $1,000. Like, this little bird is $325. You're not buying this little fucking bird at a fucking garage sale if you don't know. It's $350.
Who bought this for $350?
Salt and pepper shaker fucking collector.
That is a like small good piece of advice there to search by sold. Don't search by what things are listed for because you'll find things listed all over the spectrum, but just find what people have actually paid for the item.
I think the idea of going to garage sales and just sitting there and looking every single item up on Amazon, trying to figure it out to see if it's sold for high, I think that's kind of a... If you're dead broke and you have no other ways to make money, then sure, but I think you can spend your time, even if you had $5,000 in a much better way to make a lot more money a lot quicker than going to garage sales and trying to find, looking up every single item to figure out what would sell on Amazon or on a, eBay
Especially
or something like that. I think
you're gonna look really funny at a garage sale if you're sitting there Googling every item. So you kind of got to be a little tactical about that too. Because if you get too excited, the person might not sell it to you anymore. If you're like, oh yeah, I really want this piece, please give me this piece. And they're like, why? How much is it worth?
right.
Sneakers for $500. They collect them. Right. Why do people buy shirts? They collect them. Why do people buy bracelets? They like them. Yes. People buy everything. Everything can be flipped.
Which again, just to that last point, is really good if you can learn and educate yourself about one specific type of item, then you don't have to sit there looking kind of crazy, Googling or eBaying every single item to see what the value is, because you'll already know, so when you see something valuable, you can just grab it.
Got it.
How many addresses?
38.
There's 38? And they
Wait,
were
is this
listed
whole
on
video
something?
about that?
And you, good job by you. That's a good job. I think it's more than 38. That's a key team.
I have no idea. Like I said, I just clicked on the video.
Yeah. We have no idea what we're reacting to, guys. I would say 90 to 95% of these are going to be completely blind. So I guess we could check this out a little bit more and see if we have any more input on it, but we'll see. It looks like this is all going to be about flipping.
We can watch them. I don't even think we have to be honest. I don't think the best way... do you think the title is saying the best way to flip as in flip items or turn $1,000 into $10,000?
It's hard to say. I guess this one's slightly more tangible. Like there's a little bit more guaranteed return if you can find something like a niche in this that's valuable to be able to potentially consistently turn $1,000 into $10,000. But like, because I would say like the quickest or most efficient way would probably be to learn a skill. I mean, for $1,000, you could invest in a paintbrush and a can and like some painting supplies and turn $1,000 into $10,000 just as quick by just painting, or buy yourself a lawnmower and go mow lawns for your neighbors and get $10,000 probably in a summer if you're really desperate for money. Or like in the wintertime, grabbing yourself a snowblower or a shovel or something, you could spend $50 on that or $300 on a snowblower or something, probably turn into $10,000 in a month or two. Like, I don't think this is like the quickest or most efficient way to do it, but I think one of the reasons this one gets said a lot is because people aren't considering the amount of time and investment it takes into actually flipping it. So they're just thinking, all right, I can buy this item for $10 and sell it for $50. potentially.
Right.
They're not like considering how much time it takes to figure out and find those like $50 items. People that do this a lot, they're driving to like 50 different stores, 50 different garage sales, and they're just, I don't know. I feel like there's almost
a lot of the
more
stuff
joy in
they
the hunt.
find might not sell for weeks or months, especially if you
Yes.
get into like that, like you said about the audio equipment or whatever. Like if you get really specialized and you're really good at doing one specific thing, if it's not a very common item, like, you know, if you flip cars, you're going to sell them. Everybody's buying cars. But if you get, you know, into the niche, like you fix cameras, you buy cameras and fix them up, you might have a large quantity of cameras that are not selling if you keep buying and buying and buying and fixing up, and you might not turn over items. You might have items for months, even longer, just because the market's not there. And as far as he said about flipping anything, I don't think you can or should flip anything. No. I mean, the idea you can is there, but, you know, people aren't flipping shovels for the most part. You know, there's a very small amount of people that are purchasing shovels just because you can get them so cheap already at the store. Yeah. To be someone that goes to garage stores and buys shovels for $2 and then sells them for 10, in order to make $10,000, you got to sell 5,000 shovels or 3,000 shovels, whatever that is.
And same thing for like t-shirts. Imagine how many t-shirts you'd have to sell for $10,000. And sure, there's some t-shirts that are worth a lot of money, but the reason they're worth so much money is because they're rare. Like, good luck going to 50 garage sales and finding even 10 rare t-shirts. You're probably going to find maybe like 1 or 2 in 50 garage sales. Somebody that has a rare t-shirt, they might know it's rare. Maybe they don't. But the odds of them having it, but then also not looking it up or not knowing, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it's this is
also the odds
overplayed,
of,
in my opinion,
finding something rare at a garage sales already. You know, you hear all the stories of like somebody was selling like a baseball card that was worth, you know, $100,000. It's the amount of people that have a garage sale in general is low. You know, out of 100 houses, there might be one person having a garage sale, and the chance that one out of all their items something's rare, and you'll know. And you'll notice, and you'll be there to buy it, and you'll be in the area when they're doing the garage sale, because you're pretty limited to where you're located with that.
Yeah, plus there's nuances with everything. So, like, for instance, I went to a Goodwill, I think it was, and I bought a rare set of china. Like, it was like 11 or 12 dishes of china, rare. And I knew they were rare because I looked up the symbols on them, and they were this, like, super rare. I think it was from France, like these French china, or I don't know the details. All I know is that it was so rare that I couldn't sell it. Like, I tried selling it to a couple collectors, and the reason I couldn't sell it is because I didn't have the full set. And for someone to find the other pieces from that set to make it a full set would have been so difficult that it just ended up like tanking the value on it. And you're gonna find that there's other like similar niches of finding and selling rare goods, that there's like certain little intricacies or nuances to it that if you're just trying to buy and sell anything rare and anything valuable, you're probably going to miss out. And so like I think I only lost on like $30 buying those the set of china, but if I had the full set, it would have been worth like $600 to $1,000 or something like that, maybe more. But because I was missing a couple pieces to it and they were so rare that the collectors I talked to didn't think they'd be able to like complete the collection, it just ended up being a loss and not able to being sold. But there's little things to that, like to every single type of thing that you might try and sell. So you got to be aware of that too. And that's why it's better to probably get into buying and selling one specific thing if that's what you want to do. And I would really only do that if you already have like prior experience in it, because then you're going to take your learning time down from like, 3 to 6 months trying to figure out what's valuable and how to find it quickly down to like a lot quicker if you already are familiar with the items.
Yeah, and something you can sell for like
a pretty good
some sort of profit. Yeah, profit and has the market.
And then
The date is the key.
yeah, you got to always put in.
Probably September 10th.
That's right. Thank you, Lou. Lou's right. Put in town-wide garage sale.
We're going to probably get copyright struck from the goddamn music in the background.
And that's how you find town-wides. The reason that's important is back to the gas, the efficiency, the maximizing. Going to a town-wide sale where there's 30, 40, 50, 100 garage sales versus going to, you know what, make this right. Going to just 6 for the same amount of 2 hours is obviously a very big difference. And so that's why that's very much on my mind. See, that's a professional garage sale sign. I already know that it's bad
Because she has the sign?
Because the sign's too professional. That means they do it often.
She knows what she's doing.
Which means they probably looked up the items
overpriced
already.
and been worked through. For everybody, the professional
Maybe.
signs, they're the wackest. Like, I knew it.
Maybe that's true. I don't know. Maybe he means like people come there more often and find the good stuff. I don't necessarily think that means that the owners know, because I know people that used to do garage sales like twice a year. Mm-hmm. And they just do it because they're always getting rid of the stuff in their house. And like my friend's mom always does garage sales. She doesn't know anything about the stuff that she has. She just enjoys doing it because it's like a pastime where people come by and stop and talk to her.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty common. Even like some neighborhoods over where I live, they have like a yearly garage sale where almost a bunch of people partake like in the HOA and they do the garage sale all the same weekend.
Yeah.
So maybe that's true if like the good stuff's already been bought, but I think most of the time it's not people like already searching through it and then selling the bad stuff.
Yeah, and they might have more affluent things too.
Common.
If their sign's like nice and they just like doing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see your point. So we don't agree with that one.
Be a good garage sale. Let me tell you why. Because of the sign.
Oh.
Gary Vee is so funny, dude.
It's not going to be good. Is the garage sale sign is too professional. It means
Bruh.
these people do garage sales.
Bro,
all the
it's like
time. I promise when
it's
we go right now,
Sharpie
it's
on
gonna
a
feel more like a
cardboard
flea market
piece of like orange
garage sale.
cardboard. Like what are we talking
But we'll
about?
see. But the sign's too reused. They do it often. Top things to look for at a garage sale. Number 1, electronics. They're everywhere. They just work. Number 2, stuffed animals. Absolutely everywhere. 25 and 50 cents if you have a tiny budget.
I can see that
on
one,
the
but
flip, you keep about 7.
I feel like with electronics, it might also not work. Like it could be broken or something. If you know how to fix electronics, that one's probably good. I agree with the stuffed animals one though.
Stuffed animals are a huge, huge game. Mug life, play the clips. I mean, it's good.
And it's kind of just like a random point, but like stuffed animals don't weigh that much either, and weight comes into play when you're shipping things. So if you can ship things that are light, it's better for the shipping price.
I have a mug. We'll just dismantle that.
Oh yeah.
I like the mug life. Mug life.
You make me feel so fine.
It says 2 get 1 free on the mugs. See ya, take care.
The
All right,
funny
now
sign.
the fun part. Life
Sound effect.
is good mug. Can't find it exactly. But let's call this an easy 10 spot. Next, Denny's. You're not gonna believe this. 11, 14 bucks all day. This is just a vintage one, but just for fun. Holy shit, 12 bucks for 2 of them. One day, people will be buying Be Friends mugs at garage sales, and the whole thing will be full circle. You know I love that mug life. Again, a lot of my thinking is for people that have less than $50 to spend.
So just quickly, just random talking about this. Mugs, like, let's say you bought, what was it, 2 for $4 or whatever it was, like $2 a piece, something like that.
Yeah.
Then you have the 11 to 18% or whatever it is on eBay, the selling fee. So that's another $1.50. So that's $3.50. And then the shipping cost is probably going to be $2 or $3. So let's just say it's $3. So
And gas.
plus the gas and time. So let's say if you sold the mug for $14, just to put it in the middle of the 12 to 15. So $14 minus, let's say 3 for shipping, 2 for the mug, $1.50 for the fees. Let's say $1 for the gas. So what was that $8.50? You're making like 4. Let's just say you're making $5 to make $10,000.
2,000 mugs.
You'd have to sell 2,000 mugs to make $10,000. And they'd have to be valuable mugs too. Like he was excited.
Sell.
He was excited about the $14, $15 mugs. You'd have to sell 2,000 of those.
10 to 25 a piece really, really matter. And number 4, toys.
I guess if he's buying them at 25 cents or 50 cents a piece, you still have to sell like 1,000.
The amount of work that would go into selling just 500 mugs.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the time it takes to list them too.
Sales. Yeah, garage sale, defining the time to go to the garage sale, find 500 mugs. The gas, I mean,
yeah.
How many mugs do you think you're going to find at one garage sale?
Yeah.
5 at most. The average is probably going to be what, like 2 mugs a garage sale, if that. Because a lot of garage sales are going to have no mugs.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had to sell 500, you would need to.
And you got to find them in good quality, like not stained with coffee or whatever. Yeah.
If the average was like 3 mugs per garage sale, which is unrealistic, that's 166 garage sales you would have to go to.
Yeah. Dude, easy, dude. That's like 3 or 4 months. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how many you could hit in a day. What do you think, 10?
Yeah, but not every day of the week.
Yeah, that's half a month of just going to garage sales, and that's probably still not finding the 1,000 that you need to sell to make the 10,000.
Yeah.
Prediction. Greatest garage sale of all time. Hi, I would love some lemonade.
Dude, wait, hold on. He didn't say we're getting lemonade. Okay, you know what? Never mind, dude. I'm sold. I think this is probably the best money-making method, hands down.
All of his profits are gone now.
All the profits straight to lemonade, dude. But it's good. Supporting other small businesses. Oh, we're definitely getting demonetized.
Thank you. You keep the change, okay?
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, men's electric razors.
Worth 20
He
bucks.
said everything electric, dude. Buy that shit.
Think about it.
Yeah. Good lemonade. By the way, I was right about the greatest garage sale ever. Got to pay 20 bucks to a young girl. Do you see her face? How awesome is that?
Wait, hold on. He spent $20 for the lemonade. Walked off with nothing. So if this was like one of those edits where they're like, oh, I just made $10 profit on the last one. He just lost $20 profit on this one.
Yeah. There goes 5 mugs.
True. 5 mugs gone down the drain.
Bike rider dropped by. He gave me a $10 bill. I'll never forget it to this, literally for the rest of my life. I bought over $10,000 worth of playbills from Broadway from 1940 to 1980 for 20 bucks.
How many playbills?
That collection probably had 3,000 to 3,000 playbills. I bought 3,000 playbills from the 40s to the 80s at a garage sale in Cranford, New Jersey for $20.
How much you sell them for?
Me and AJ broke down that collection and probably sold at least $7,000-8,000 worth of playbills, and we probably still have in the attic 50% of it.
Jesus.
Okay. I just want to say one last thing real quick just on this, and I'm gonna pitch this to Ant. But so he said he made $7,000 or $8,000 profit. Mind you, this is the greatest purchase and flip that he's had in his whole career of doing this, and he's probably been doing this for years. Ant.
Yep.
In your painting business, you don't have to get into super specifics, but have you made $7,000 or $8,000 on a single job painting?
Yes, and about profit in 2-3 days.
And that was in the first 2 years of your painting business, correct?
Correct. Yep.
So the single greatest flip of his life was a 2 or 3 day, even on the longer end, job that you've had in your first 2 years in a painting business. And you've probably had a number of painting jobs that were similar profit margins, right? Like a similar amount of profit?
Correct. Yeah, we've had multiple $10,000 weeks now, a profit. So $20,000 to $30,000 in revenue per week. And we've done that quite a bit, especially in the summer when things get pretty busy. Like June and July are the busiest times.
Yeah, so if you're going to get into this, and he's been doing it for years, and that was his biggest flip, and like, I'm not trying to shit on him for that, but like, that's probably not an average at all. That was the best flip he's had over the course of years doing this. God only knows how many years. Maybe it's just a hobby for him. You know what I mean? Because he does a whole bunch of other things, obviously.
Right.
I guess if you're flipping things on the side, you have an idea of it, and you just want to do that as like an extra little thing, and you enjoy it. I think it's good. But like, dude, spending like a year learning how to paint, buying the supplies would probably cost you less than $1,000, and you could start a painting business or a detailing business. Or car washing business. Well, the car wash that's detailing, or like a lawn mowing business, landscaping. There's like 100 different service businesses you could start that you could turn into $10,000, probably a lot quicker than you could flipping. I don't know if I disagree with the title. I think
garage sale flipping should be a hobby. It should not be you should not do it for money. If you want to flip stuff, in my opinion, if you're genuinely interested in flipping items, you should go through eBay or Facebook Marketplace and do that. It's way less time sink. You don't have to spend the gas money, drive around to garage sales. I think an opportunity, if you want, is go and look for free or super cheap furniture and then take it home, sand it, paint it up, and then resell it for,
yeah,
you know, $300, $400, $500 or more, depending on what, you know, if it's antique, very old, looks really nice. But then, you know, you have money that's a bit more guaranteed. People are buying furniture, people are buying these things, and a lot of times you can go on and get them for free. You don't have to spend a bunch of time and gas driving around looking for something. You can just go on Facebook Marketplace.
Or
right now, anybody watching, yeah, whatever it is, within 10 minutes or within 2 minutes right now, if you went on your phone, you could find a piece of furniture. If you know, as long as you don't live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could find a piece of furniture within 5 miles from you for free right now if you went on Facebook Marketplace. And within the next 120 seconds, you message them later today, you could already be working on flipping something instead of going to 10 garage sales hoping you find a Denny's mug.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I think this is a decent hobby, not the best path to $10,000. I don't think, unless you're like 16 and don't have much else better to do.
Yeah.
There was also a bunch.
You would probably make more money flipping than you would streaming on Twitch if that's like your career path that you're thinking about. Unless you have like a fantastic personality. And I'm not against people streaming on Twitch. I think it's, for some people it works, but you gotta think it's only the top small percentage to make it on like YouTube or Twitch or any of those platforms. This would be a lot more consistent to get to $10,000 versus streaming or doing one of those other things.
Bunch of Brooklyn Dodgers 1950s game. It was unbelievable.
All right. Well, I think we kind of summed it up already, but yeah, I agree with you. I think this is more of a hobby than it would be the best path to $10,000. I will say one thing though, real quick, because I've seen this advice spouted a couple different times. I've seen Andrew Tate say this as well. Like one of the first classes in Hustler University was flipping. And I'm wondering if it's just because there's such a low barrier to entry, and also you will learn some soft skills, talking to people, making deals, figuring out how to sell stuff, figuring out how to turn your time into money in a more consistent and reliable way, even if it isn't the most efficient. If it's like super inefficient figuring it out, at least you're turning your mind and start to think about things in a different type of way. Like, how can I turn nothing into something, or a small amount of something into a larger amount of something? Maybe that's why a lot of these people reference flipping as like a good way to get into it. Again, the soft skills, talking to people, making deals, doing business. Maybe that's why they recommend it, but yeah, I just think it's more of a hobby than it is actually a quick path to $10,000. I don't think it's a quick path, but I could be wrong, I guess.
I think if you do it right and you know what you're doing, it can be a quick path, but I think you have to have the skills like you said. And I don't think anybody should get into this trying to flip 50-cent items into $10 items.
Yeah.
It's just not worth the time.
So that was the best way to flip $1,000 to $10,000. Gary V, Trash Talk Clips. We said our piece.
I would personally give this about a 2 out of 10 on ways to flip $1,000 to $10,000. Can it be useful? It can be useful. Do it the right way. Don't do it how they're telling you to do it. Flip big items. Don't flip the tiny items. But
if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. But anyways, we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.